Catching up with Coach Marty Simmons here. It's been a while since we chatted, Coach. Let's talk about the summer first. How did it go? I know you had a lot of guys here and new ones coming in. Your assessment from what's going on in the last couple months.
Yeah, fantastic. So thankful for the six-man club. That's why we're able to do this, is because of their donations and their support of our program. And what it does, it allows us to coach our guys. You get 4 hours a week on the basketball floor, and then they're with our strength conditioning coach, Eric, for 4 hours, and then they're playing pickup, they're getting extra shots. But more than anything, they're building that camaraderie that it takes, when you're in February, January, in those late games. I think that's a huge thing, and pays for their summer school, pays for their housing, pays for their meals, and everybody did a nice job academically. You can take a class, and most of the time it can be a class maybe to get your GPA up higher. Might be a tough class that you don't want to take with 3 or 4 other classes during the semester. But I know from my standpoint as a coach, and even many moons ago when I was a player, I loved it. And I think our guys really, enjoyed the opportunity to be here. But the energy level's been great. Really like what we see from our guys. I think we're an athletic team. Don't have the overall size, losing Jermaine, but Rodolfo and Sekou give us, experienced guys in there. Lazar brings a lot of experience as well. But I think just overall as a team, we're fast, we're athletic, we're very deep. I think this is an exciting team to watch.
You already took my next question. I was going to ask what you really like. What is a concern yet that you think we're really going to have to work hardest on?
I think rebounding, and I think, for us to be good, everybody has to rebound. Cooper Jacoby's going to really help us there. I think he was averaging 11 and 8 when, he had stress fracture in the third game in the league. I think people forget, we went on the road there. I'm going to get off the topic here, Dave. You might have to put me back on. But,
yeah.
We went on the road and beat Tennessee Martin on ESPNU, and then went down to Little Rock and won a close game there. 2 of those teams were part of the 3-way tie for the league championship. Goop played in the next game, which was Moorhead, the other team, and we got beat at home, and then he didn't play again for us. And, he's got great hands, terrific timing, but I think, overall, our guards and our wings, we're athletic, and we need to, we're not going to rely on 1 or 2 guys. We need everybody rebounding. I think when we do that, when we're able to get stops, or as you've seen, when we steal the ball, we're pretty effective with that in transition. So that'll be a big key for us, obviously making a miss and then rebounding. And then I think offensively is just, being a more consistent shooting team. We think we got some guys that can shoot it. And I think that helps any team offensively. When you can spread the defense and make 3-point shots, it opens up a lot of space where you can drive the basketball. And I just think we got a lot of depth in a lot of positions.
Too many guys to talk about individually, at least at this point. Cooper, you mentioned, and I was going to ask about him. He's good to go all the way around. He had a good summer of workouts.
He did. He's got orthotics, and he had a great workout this morning. He was really good. We just, from a coaching standpoint, just keep pushing him to be the best. It reminds us a lot of Minix, who was Player of the Year at Moorhead State. Koopsa, as good a player he is, he's a better human being. He's a stud, and we're lucky to have him. We love being around him, and he's stepping into a new role where he's got to be a leader this year. Nikal Shelton's another guy that is kind of stepping into that role as well. With graduation, that's just kind of the way it works, and Nikal's had a great year last year, and I think he's got a chance to be a special player as well. And then Corey Sawyer, he's the guy that I thought really stepped up the most this summer with his vocalness and being a good leader. These guys have been here now for a year, and they know our terminology. They know what myself and our staff, are looking for, and they're doing a good job of passing the knowledge and to the new players. And I think that transition has been really good.
Point guard, lost Tiger Booker. There's a big hole to fill. Any heir apparent there? Anybody you've seen so far that you feel really good about?
Well, Artis was out most of Artis Stapleton. He's a transfer from Missouri, Kansas City. He's been out this summer, but he's worked out the first 2 days here. Brings a ton of experience. He played at Lewis and then went out to I'm drawing a blank, Radford. Then he was at Lincoln University, where Coach McBride was on the staff, coached him, was Division II All-American. Then he was at UMKC and had a sports hernia. But he brings a lot of experience, makes the guys around him better. I think he's got a chance. I think Isaiah Griffin, he was hurt towards the end of the year last year. He made good strides. Now he's a sophomore. Again, he's been in the system for a year. I think he's certainly got a ton of potential to be a part of that mix. And then Malik Olafaya is a kid that just got here when school started. Transfer from UMKC, 6'2", 190. I know I'm reaching back here, but like Vinnie Johnson back in the day of the Detroit Pistons, I mean, he's a great athlete. He's strong. He can play multiple positions, but we're just getting to know him, as a player. So I think, he brings be some competition out there, not only at the point guard position, but other positions as well.
Got a little bit of height, and one young man that transferred from Evansville, and he's 6'10". You're gonna have to help me on the pronunciation. I looked at that this morning 2 or 3 times, and I still wasn't sure how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Sekou, and I call him Calais. Number one about him, just a off the charts man, and he is long. He brings length. I think from a shot blocking standpoint, rim protector, he can do some things there. But he really communicates out there on the basketball floor. I know that a lot of people want, points and rebounds, that comes, but having guys out there that talk, it's contagious. And he really does a great job of that, runs the floor extremely well. He's a good finisher, pick and roll, getting angles inside. I think he'll bring a lot to our team.
Continuity on the coaching staff helps. We got Kylan Butler back, Rich McBride, Bob Lockhart, and you added Nate Michaels. So you've got a full staff, but it's nice that there's not been much turnover there.
Yeah, they're excited. Obviously you mentioned Bob, Rich, and Kylan. Those guys do a great job. It's great to have them back. I think continuity on staff is huge. Just like having continuity on your team is huge. I think we're all saying the same things, and those guys they're good teachers. They're good mentors. They certainly take a lot of pride in what Eastern Illinois represents. I'm very fortunate to have those guys. Nate, really established a relationship with him over the last couple of years. A lot like his dad. He's a worker. He's the first one in the office. He's the last one to leave. He's very passionate about the game, loves to teach it, loves to help guys. And we're excited to have him. And Carlos Cortez was a senior manager for us last year, loves EIU basketball, loves EIU. He'll be another guy that, first in, last to leave. Just what can I do to help the players get better? What can I do to help the coaches? Just really loyal and passionate about, the basketball program.
And which one of those guys gets either the credit or the blame for the schedule? We're playing at Indiana, we're playing at Northwestern, we're playing at Butler, we're in a tournament with DePaul, and I know Northern Illinois is coming here.
Bob Lockhart, but it's a great opportunity. I think the players love it. It's not great probably for the head coach all the time. But,
Yeah, you're a little grayer than you were last
Yeah.
year, I think.
Yeah, I'm not dyeing my hair anymore, so that. But it is. I mean, you can look at, our history in the last couple of years. Everybody, obviously the Iowa game was huge because we won the game. Last year we went to Kansas and, went toe to toe with them for 15 rounds. And I think that really helped our team from a confidence standpoint, nobody likes to lose. Trust me, I don't like it either, but that was good for our team. And so we got to build on it, and we're lucky that Illinois is third year in a row we've played them. It's a day game. We can go up there, day of the game, make a lot of money playing the game. Got a lot of respect for Coach Underwood and their staff. Indiana, it'd be a neat experience. I played there for a couple of years. Assembly Hall, I think they call it something else now, but it'll be a good experience. Northwestern, I mean, you got to have a ton of respect, for Coach Collins and what he's done up there. And we continue to get our guys and our program up in that Chicago area. We got alumni up there that are able to come watch us play, and then obviously that's an important area geographically that we want to recruit. I know the players they know who we're playing. We talked about a lot, during the recruiting process. And these guys want to play against the best players, the best teams. And, hopefully, being on TV, whether it's a Big Ten network, whatever it may be, brings great exposure to our university and our athletic programs.
Yeah. The last question, and the one I've kind of avoided because I know coaches do not like to talk about it, NIL, players are getting paid these days. It was interesting. Just yesterday I read a quote from Mike Gundy, the coach at Oklahoma State football. I don't know if you saw it or anybody saw it. He told his players, we're done talking about money. So I'm thinking, practice has started and he's already hearing players that want more money. Where do we fit in at this level? We're not alone, and I know you're chuckling, but I guess address it from our standpoint here.
It's where it's at. You know what I mean? Like, we got to get in the game, and we are in the game. We got terrific donors and boosters that want this basketball program to be successful. We got a head coach and an athletic department, university, community. We all want us to be successful. I got a lot of support, and we understand that NIL is here to stay, and we're trying to find different avenues to get in the game and stay in the game and be the best that we can possibly be, and we're doing that, and we'll continue to do that for as long as we need to.
I know it's not quite basketball season, but it never stops for the head coach, does it?
No, but I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I've been blessed to be around some of the neatest young people that you could be around, and we've got great coaching staffs that are loyal and great teachers of not only the game but the game of life. I've said it, the people here at Eastern are so supportive, and they're real. And just talking with Henry Dahmerkamp before you came in here, and I mean, he's the GOAT, and I was on staff at Evansville, and just his story, what I mean? Like, everybody can see the stats, jersey, but there was a process to all that, and when Matt Britton coaches at Linton comes back for camp, and Jan Thompson, and they talk about the impact that Henry had on them, what I mean? It's inspiring, and the good Lord's put me in a position to do something that I love dearly, and that's coach and teach young people, and I'm very thankful for that.
Coach, thanks for the visit. We'll catch up in a couple months as we get a little closer to the season and see who's who and where the parts fit together. But let's throw it up and let's play basketball.
Yes, sir.